Hey folks, in today's video, we're here with some more unfiltered and unedited vibing and painting of a Cryx Malefactor from Warmachine. I decided to change up the pink on its vents so that it was both easier to paint as well as easier on the eyes. The result was a beautiful blend of purples and pinks. Enjoy the video. Hello, welcome to another fun, fantastic time back here at the painting desk. Yeah, we're gonna just move some stuff because I'm not sponsored by Rockstar, but with the amount of Rockstar and monsters I drink, I should be sponsored. But until then, no free ad time. Now, the first thing that we got to do is make sure that we put our Gillevy poos on. Why is that? Well, it's the easiest thing, and I don't really want to have my hands all dirty. Okay, so as much as I like the pink, I think it's got to go in a certain respect. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to replace it with purple. What we're going to do, we're going to slowly build everything up. So we're going to start with a very dark purple, and then we're going to end with probably a pink or something like that. And we're going to go over green spots, do a bunch of filigree. We got a lot to do tonight. So, without further ado, let's do it further. First thing you gotta do is make sure your wet palette is actually wet. So we're gonna put this here, and we're gonna move all of these greens off to the side, because technically I haven't really used those greens. I've just used that one. So, for anybody wanting to know, all of the paints will be in the description if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're not, that means you're watching it on Twitch, live. And for those on YouTube, come follow me on Twitch. Those of you on Twitch, follow me on YouTube. Alright. Because this is a paint over job, I'm not gonna too terribly worry too much. Like I said before, first coat is just to put everything down. Having a couple coats of paint is not the end of the world. A lot of the time, I'm a little bit more heavy-handed. My painting, and so my paints come off a little bit more opaque than they really need to be in the beginning. I was looking at my guy, Malefactor, and the green that we have for him really feels like it's, oh, that's, it's like, why do I not hear alerts? That's better. It definitely gives me Doom Marine vibes. Might even heck around and call him the Doom Slayer. I might not. I might call him something like Jim Bob. Joseph Joestar. No. I wouldn't want to make him a JoJo reference. I wonder if there is a JoJo reference in Warmachine. That'd be so cool. You're like, oh, that's actually a JoJo. Holy Frito-Lays. Plan is to finish him tonight. But I mean, you never know. Probably made this a bit more involved than it needed to be, but who cares? At least it won't be all streaky like it was last time. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm not the world's best painter, but I definitely try. If you ever get paint somewhere you don't want it, wet your brush, get it dry, and then just place it over very gently where you would put the paint, and your paintbrush will absorb it. You can get on with your day. Okay. Can we get focus in? That'll look better. That'll look much better. Now, while that's drying, take some black. I'm going to do sneaky. And paint his claw parts. Black. We'll see. You'll see in a minute. There we go. This includes his toes. More gold. We're now going to just go over the parts of the model that I want gold, so that I can get. I'm not trying to speed run this, but I definitely don't want to take forever. Start back here. I actually have a lot of paint on my brush, and it's very wet. Having two thinner coats, having the first one not be opaque is fine. I really hope I'm coming through okay. But you don't want it so watery that it just like glides everywhere. The only problem I've ever had with Pro Akryl is that the paint seems to separate when you dilute it super fast. Hello, Septum. Yeah. I wanted to get more painting in today. Am I going to paint the quote-unquote codpiece gold? Yes, I am. Why? Because it's funny to me. Who does not want their machine of death to have a gold codpiece? Can you imagine? It's coming to bear down on you. It's just gold. The last thought that you have is that gold? Splat! The trick when it comes to gold is painted on the trim. Apart from trying to be as smooth as you can, it always feels to me, not sometimes, it always feels to me like less gold is more. Unless you just have an absolute heck ton of it. You either have to be ridiculous in the amount that you use, or use so little that it stands out no matter what. Like that. Now, because this part's already dry, I can go over a second time. I painted this last time. And now, go over it. And it just looks so much better. Okay, while gold is drying, I'm going to go back to the purple. Start with the front, since I'm right here. I'm not too worried about the overpainting, because I'll catch that when I come back with the green again. I'm just trying not to get any on the metal parts. The less you have to clean up, the better. Sometimes you still got to clean it up, but if you don't have to clean tons up, it just makes your life easier. I need to get my entire army painted by next week, and I don't think I'm going to have enough time. What I will do, share some photos of that match when it happens. Buddy of mine who got into Warmachine a while ago, a long while ago, is itching to try to put on a tournament. There's a bunch of his friends from back where he's from still play, and so he wants to put on a tournament here in Edmonton. I'm like, mate, I don't know all the rules. I don't even have an army painted. I don't really want to TO. I'm gonna clean that up. I don't want to TO something that I want to play in. He also wants to make plans to go to where he's from play in some matches. That looks better. Oh, yeah. Hold on. That looks better. Okay. Now, what we need to do get ourselves a couple different silvers and metals. And our dry brush. Just gonna put them all out first. Oh. We gotta clean out this top. And ooh. Silver was just feisty and ready to go. What is with this? I'm gonna have to wet my dry brush to dry my dry brush to wet my dry brush to dry it again. Which is no big deal. You wipe most of the water out of brushes like this really easy. Start first with some of the death metal. I brush it on every part of the claws and anything you want to look sharp. Okay, once that's done, without cleaning off your brush, get bit of your next. And you do a little bit less. Without cleaning your brush again. Get your third. Silver. Just want to do a nice little bit at the end. And then it's this nice effect. But with this really light silver, metal, whatever you want, whatever you're using, you're gonna get a bit more. Otherwise, it's starting to want to come off, which is fine. I was literally just thinking of how I didn't want it on the base that it's on right now. I'm just going to dry brush all over the parts I kept metal. In order to give them a little bit more of a shine. Boom. Come on. Okay. We're going to clean off our brush so there's no more paint in it. There. Grab some of our gray, which is actually green. Plain touch up now. Anywhere you need to touch up, just ever so gently. You don't want to be in a touch-up war with all of your paints. While it'll be something that you win, it will be something you win eventually. Go over and touch everything up. Doesn't have to be a very slow process. Touching up should actually be very, very easy if you've been careful the entire time you've been painting. Ooh, that's a bad one. Just gotta make sure everything is good. Now, I gotta break this up because this is way too much of one color. So, the easiest way. Different metals. This is all metal. Make all the metal different. Or just make certain parts of it different. They'll all stand out real quick. Let me do that. I apologize if you can't see this part. I think I've said before that I have a bad time of not building in subparts. That all of the model is assembled first and then painted. Mostly due to the fact that I want to get out and play with the model right away. Like, these models were all assembled like the night before I went and played with Buddy the first time. At work, he was known as the sword guy. Oh, hi, Dio. How are you? He's known as the sword guy because he practices Western European medieval swordsmanship. And so we got talking about swords with another guy at work. And this was at lunch. I don't know if you guys saw my tweets or not about it, but it was too nerdy even for me. I just got up and left and told the other guys that I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not a sword guy. We talk about like, oh, this is your sword thing. Anyways, so the outside salesman asks me a question and I answer really nerdily because like it's kind of a nerd question, and then he looks at me and goes, "This is your sword." And I went, "Okay, you can't do that because you can't ask me about something and then give me a hard time about it." Also, thank you very much for the wishes for my birthday. Those of you on YouTube, this is being recorded the day after my alleged birthday. So I have done a birthday, what I call the birthday BS bash, where I just did a bunch of BS. Now, do I want to make anything else gold? No, but what we do need to do is we need to grab some red. Because I need some bullshit. You know. Because I need some bullshit. So we're gonna give him a red eye. I don't even know what their original color for this is, but I don't think it really matters. A little bit of red for it. What I'll actually do is something dumb, but it might work. Like it might go off flawlessly, and I think because there's that chance that it's gonna go off flawlessly, I should try it. Try with these wires. Now, I did promise that we were going to do a little bit more with this purple, so I'm going to do some more with this purple. Now the next light one. Start painting. From the outside in. I think this purple sucks, but we're going to still try it. You don't want to cover all of the original purple up. Do you want to cover enough? Powerpuff, sure. Yeah, it was originally fluorescent pink, but the pink didn't work. Like, it just didn't want to play ball, which is fine. Just means I might have to retire those colors. Or those paints, I mean. Which sucks, but like... Not to flex, but I have like 130 other paints, so it's not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? For this, we're going to paint a lighter purple upwards. Leaving the bottom the most purple. But how are you, dear? How have you been? How is that, I'm gonna call it a masterclass. I know it's not a quote-unquote masterclass, but like, that class that you're taking? I've been meaning to call you, and unfortunately the schedules just never align. Heck, being an adult, you know? Oh. The next, we're going to jump straight into a pink. It's gonna look kind of gaudy, but I have an idea. We're gonna get these pinks ready. I need 2 terabytes. Slow grind, but I have a whole year to do it. I'm honestly trying to get this sequel written since we announced it a couple days ago, so I can focus more on the class. That is amazing. You are honestly an inspiration of mine for just buckling down and getting her done. You know what I mean? There's too much pink already. These are the 2 pinks that I'm using. Don't worry about too terribly much. Then we come in with pink. Right at the edge. D10 Calgary HorrorCon Best Horror Feature this past weekend. What? Amazing. I didn't even know the Calgary Horror Convention was this past weekend. The Calgary Horror Convention was on the exact same weekend as GameCon. That's kind of wild to me, to be honest. Like, I would not have had it on the same weekend. Maybe because I'm a gamer and a horror nerd, and I'd have to choose one or the other. Especially since I was set June 14th, 15th. Yeah, GameCon, not GamesCon. GameCon Canada was the 13th, 14th, and 15th. Here in Edmonton. How was that? It was good. It was very good. I was supposed to be in a tournament for Underworlds, but they pulled it. Games Workshop pulled it because not enough people had signed up basically early enough, from what I understand. And so they went, you know what? It's not worth getting a judge, like paying a judge $2,000 to come in. This is hearsay, by the way, so don't take this as gospel. But apparently, they didn't believe it was worth it to bring in a judge, pay for hotel, flight, etc., etc., when they could scrap it and put that money towards their Warhammer 40K tournament and have more seats for that, or one of them. And while I understand it as a business decision, as a player, I felt very upset. I was kind of like, guys, come on, like, you completely changed your game with the new edition. And then this tournament you take over because you make this one of the grand tournaments, like one of the 4 in North America, and then you cancel one of your games like 2 months prior or something like that, because not many people had signed up in the first month. Warhammer Underworlds is not as popular as Warhammer Age of Sigmar or 40K. So you got to give the players time. I don't know. I feel personally like they could have handled it better. But that's just me and my 2 cents. I think I might be rushing this paint. Might have to put this down for a second. So I'm but I went because I got free tickets to go to GameCon. So I went. There's a Beyblade tournament there. That was wicked. I was like, Beyblade's still a thing? Like, sorry, I knew Beyblade was still a thing because I got recommended a video about Beyblade meta. And I was like, Beyblade has a meta? That's a sentence I didn't think I'd ever actually utter. Okay. I'm gonna put down that, and we're gonna grab a different green. I really wanted to give these guys a cyberpunk feel. I'm gonna use Fluo green. I've had bad experiences with the greens. I really wanted to give this a cyberpunk vibe, but it's not working, so I'm just giving it a weird vibe instead. But the vibes are gonna be weird tonight. It's okay. But yeah, I don't know. There was a part of me that was kind of sad about it. Like, you guys didn't wait too terribly long to make this decision. Felt like a snap decision. And I know a lot of people were like it was announced at a weird time. I feel like I remember. And a lot of the people I knew were waiting until like the middle of the month paycheck to get their ticket. Because the ticket, instead of like a normal like $20-$30 ticket, it was $160 or something like that. Which, from like a tournament entry fee of $20 that most people are used to like 9 times that, 8 times that, it's a bit much. It's a bit much. So, and like myself and 3 play this game. So that's the basic. That's the basic one. Anyways, myself and 3 play this, so I've got to buy 2 tickets. And I was like I can. Not this second, but I can. But that's already $320, $360. And then the better ticket, the one that was like $350, that came with like a swag bag, was like, well, like I said, $300 and some odd dollars. And I couldn't in good conscience just buy myself one. And then they canceled it, but like, so 3 and I end up going anyways, and run into 2 of the 2 Underworlds players. Turns out the 2 Underworlds players that had booked, like prepaid for their ticket. So when it got canceled, their entry got canceled. They got refunded the money, but they got free entry to the convention, and they got the exclusive models. And so, because the guy was just going to use it for conversion, he's like, you really like Skaven, and that was one of the models. He's like, here, just take it, build it and think of me. And I was like, heck yeah, like, I'm not going to say no. I got the model for, like, I say that I got the model for free, but like, his buddy, my other friend, said, well, why don't you buy him like a $5 blind box? Because this one venue was selling blind boxes that had like a model and a couple dice in there, and then the ability to potentially win this like better prizes. So I bought everybody one. I bought 4 of them, $20. I was like, who cares? We didn't win anything. None of us did. It was still fun. And then 3 wanted to go off with their friends. And so they went off with their friends. And I was with my 2 friends, and we learned this game called Warlord, which was literally just war with a couple extra pieces of tech in it. Somebody was talking to one of the designers of the game, quote unquote designers of the game, and they were talking about the art, and they're like, yeah, we've got an artist on board, and he uses his art plus AI generative art. And it's as soon as the guy said AI generated art or generative art, I was like, yeah, I'm out. I played the rest of the game, didn't care too terribly much, and then I was just like, fuck it. And we went over over to the Conquest booth. And from Parabellum Games. And we learned how to play Conquest. And instead of the 20-minute demo that we should have gotten, we played an entire game. The lady who was there, who I come to find out is like the regional sales director, liaison, whatever, of Canada and the States, or the States and Canada. She's up here. She's like, hey, you guys are still playing? I was like, yeah, we're still playing. She's like, you know, you were supposed to be done like a long time ago. And I went, yeah. But we kind of just kept going. And she's like, well, you're not disturbing anybody. So, like, just finish up your game. And then this kid comes up, asks a bunch of questions, and she's kind of busy. And the guy that was supposed to be helping with us had to run to the washroom. So I just started answering this kid's questions as best as I could. The kid asked me where he can go and buy this stuff. Do not use AI generated art. No, don't. Use AI like it's supposed to be. A girlfriend. Let AI write your essays for you and then show it on the big screen when you're getting your degree, so you get your degree revoked. And so I answer this kid's questions, and he asks where he can buy some. And so I tell him, and him and his family go and buy some Conquest models. So I sold models, or at least like helped facilitate the sale of, for a company I didn't even have anything to do with. Like, sometimes I look at my life and I just think to myself, like, what the fuck? Like, sometimes I feel like I'm stuck in this endless loop of like wake up, work, come home, eat, sleep, repeat. And then other times I feel like all I'm doing are these like weird quests. Like these weird side quests, like help this child get into Conquest with his family. Get lost back. AI is my only chance at a girlfriend, honestly. I know you IRL. And honestly, I disagree. Fuck. Yeah, like I just go on these like weird things where it's like somebody goes, hey, you want to do thumbs up? And I never used to be that kind of person that like just kind of like agreed to do things kind of all willy-nilly. Like I like some semblance of a plan, but back when I was younger, it definitely was very much more like, okay, where are we going? Who's gonna be there? What's the plan? How much do I need? Etc. etc. Now I'm just like, vibe. Selling a game was, yeah, selling a game you're literally just learning how to play is kind of awesome. I mean, I was answering the kids like questions and shit. They were basic questions, but still. I got lost at GamesCon. Whatever. Ended up in the back area behind where I was supposed to be. But like, I went to Calgary a few months ago. Met up with, actually one of the guys that I met up with here for at GameCon, and he was like, I'm going to a punk show. Do you want to come? And I went, yeah, let's fucking go. don't go into the punk show because there's one band left and they still wanted to charge us the entire cover price. So we say, fuck that. Sit in chairs just outside where they're playing so we can listen to the band for free. Like, I never would have said that as a, like, younger me. Never would have said that. Never would have gone. I'd have been like, oh, I don't know, like, oh, punk show, that sounds really cool, but like, I probably shouldn't, because like, I came down with Buddy, and Buddy doesn't want to go, so like, I probably shouldn't, even though he's telling me that like, he's just gonna have a room key at the front area for me. I probably shouldn't. I shouldn't. And now this me is just like, hey, let's just do it. I feel like edging this the way I did. You focus on this, please. I feel like edging this the way I did made it look like it's got some latent power or some shit. And that's not what I meant for it to be. I definitely meant for this to be more cybery. You know what? Now that I've done all this, I can go back and do some more pink. Which is kind of what I was waiting for. TBH. I'm just concentrating on this real quick. Have you played Look Outside at all? No, I haven't. I did see that you were playing it a little while ago. I didn't even know you had a computer, TBH. I'd have forced you to play games with me. I play Look Outside every day, though. The horrors of outside that I don't want to go and see. I'd rather stay inside. I'd rather be a hikikomori. Never go outside. Stay inside. Play video games. Paint. On stream. And that sounds like the life, doesn't it? That sounds like a good life for me. I feel like I deserve it. My mom's probably watching this episode after it's on YouTube, and she's probably just like gonna get a text message from her. By the way, hi mom. It's gonna be hey, what's a hikikomori? Hikikomori is somebody who doesn't go outside, mom. Just so you know. You don't have to text me, but you can text me. Mom, if you get to this, you get an hour in, text me that you got an hour into this video. I would be flabbergasted, and I'd have to probably be reminded of like, what are you talking about? Because I'd be like, mother what? Well, this is a bigger piece of metal than I thought it was. I fucked up. Well, I'm too legit to quit. Is it on the side too? Shit, it is. I have a pitch chips to make now. Oh, God damn it. That sounds good. Cheers. It's gonna be made with cheese that's only yours, right? That means it's only your cheese. If you made it with my cheese, it'd be nacho cheese. That is my dumb joke of the day. Okay. Alright. Now the true test of what in God's green earth, blue sky, and deep water have I done comes to fruition right now. Gotta get going. Oh, that was very nice of you to stop by. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Have a good night, day, week, and until I see you, rock on. I'm not saying that to copy Zen. I'm actually saying it because Dio really likes metal, so. Do this. This, do this. Then do that. And then do that. And do that. And then this might actually be. It might not be. I just didn't paint the other side. Huh. Okay. You know, that's actually, I don't actually mind that. Yeah, the gradients actually didn't come out too, like, it didn't come out the worst. I was very, very worried about it. But I'm trying to, like, trust the process and see what happens at the end. have to wait for a moment. So while we wait, I'm gonna give myself a nice big stretch. I know I'm quiet, very, very quiet, but kind of have to while I'm focusing. I do have a question. Because this video, or because this model will be done before Sunday/Monday, do I paint another model? Or one of those videos. Do I paint another model, or do I live conversion? That's kind of where I am right now on my thought process. Do I live convert something, or do I paint? Get this last little bit done. Oh. There we go. Okay. While it dries again, because I just need to clean up that edge, I'm going to grab the shades that I'm going to need, because that's all the paints. We just need the shades. Now, as always, we need our handy dandy null oil. That's what we need. Is Drucci Violet? That's right. It became gloss, didn't it? Notebook. Huh! No, we don't need a handy dandy notebook. But I'm gonna use my hidden supply. Just in case, I've also got Agrax Earthshade. So, this is the part of the show where we shade everything. And then we'll take a look at it and see what we like, what we don't, and what needs to be changed, moved, etc., etc. So the best thing to do first is get all the metal. Oh, I forgot. I forgot that I had to clean this up. I kept putting it off, kept going, oh, you know what, I'll do it in a minute, I'll do it in a minute. Minute never came. And now we're at the point where we've got a shade. We don't have... Okay. Don't mind me, I'm just blowing my model. Alright, so instead of doing null oil first, we're going to grab the Corellia green shade. And if you guessed that we were going to put it on all the green, you were correct. Weirdly. Green shade works very well on green. Shading is possibly one of my most favorite things to do because it really ties the entire model together. It also shows you very quickly where you've forgotten to go back over with a second coat. For me, it's the gold. I kind of just freestyle my my shading. I know some people take it really seriously. I don't. Like, I know, and it's one of my favorite parts, but I just don't take it seriously. It's so calming. See everything take a nice hue or nice shade. Nice unified everything. I remember one time I shaded all of this one model with null oil, and I wondered why the non-metal parts just looked like ass. I was like, wow, it looks like it's just greasy. I had to ask someone about it, and they're like, oh, well, it's because you use null oil. I was like, well, yeah. Like, I could have told you that. I use null oil. I said, well, no, you're not supposed to just use null oil. All of these shades are shades for a reason. I went, oh. It's so interesting. Tell me more, Sensei. I'm told, I'm taught. They also asked me if I, like, even watched any tutorials on how to paint, and I went, no, I've just been vibing it. Then they got mad. I'm like, you can't just vibe painting. I went, oh. I didn't think they originally did it. They didn't have YouTube tutorials back in the Renaissance. They just grabbed stuff and went, I'm going to make this thing called art. That's what I do. And honestly, it's worked out pretty good so far. Just freestyling this. Like, that looks so much better already, and we've only got one shade done. I'm not even going to show you yet. You guys don't get to see. We're going to get the violet out. Whoa. I always felt like because shading like quote unquote fills in the gaps. It's really good for hiding mistakes. You're like, cool. I'll just make this part extra shaded. No one will know. There was one guy who did the same with no technical paint. No technical paint is not meant to be put on like you think it would be. He put it on little globules, I guess is the best way of putting it. It was it looked very blotchy. But I could tell the intent, and so like with knowing the intent, it didn't look terrible. Let's get this. Put this in here real quick. Real quickity quack. There. We will be doing null oil on everything else, but in just a moment. I'm gonna let that go. Stay. We'll hit the gold at the end. By that time, everything should be good. We gotta move Agrax out of the way, or I'm gonna believe that I used it. Or somebody's gonna say, "You didn't say that you used Agrax, but Agrax is right there. Why would you do that? I thought you were a good YouTuber." And I'll say, "Haha, joke's on you, I'm not." Because we dry brushed everything earlier, the shading will pop a lot better than just one flat color. which is kind of what you want to do. You want to make sure that it has the most, I'm going to say, vehicles for color diversity. If that makes sense. I hate when things slip out of my hands. I always worry that they're just going to shatter when they hit the ground. Like models? Oh. Worst. Scare the bejesus out of me. Okay. Let's get this light on him. That doesn't look so bad. That doesn't look so bad at all. And there you have it. I always want to call him a Malefactor. Malefactor. But he's done. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you being here. If you liked what you saw and you want to see more uncut, unedited, stream podcast versions of me painting, by all means let me know. I'm gonna do one first. Until the next time, I'll see you later.